We have probably like 2 or 3 more sessions left. The plan, though, as of now, is for the next few days I'm at PAX. I'm bringing a full streaming multi-monitor setup with me to PAX, though. And me and my tech team worked last night to make sure everything's going well. So I will definitely be streaming from PAX. Probably going to be playing a lot of RimWorld from PAX. Hey, Magus Baggins, good to see you. And also probably going to be doing some H1Z1, that kind of stuff. Now, oh my god, look at the Mentats. Now, when we get back from PAX, we most likely are not going to continue Fallout right when I get back. The reason being, the day I get back, which is on Monday, there is a new game coming out called Mad Max. And I really want to do a full playthrough of that. Directly after Mad Max, I think we're going to launch into our Metal Gear Solid franchise playthrough. Hey, Death Sculpt! Awesome, man. Looking forward to it, dude. But yeah, right when we get back from PAX, I'm going to be doing a full playthrough of Mad Max. Going to want to check that game out. And then we're going to do the Metal Gear Solid franchise playthrough. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the new one. And then at that point, I don't know what we're going to do next. We may finish Fallout. We may start another game. I don't know yet. I really don't know. One of the things I may do, and I've been thinking about this, is we may save the wrapping up of New Vegas for closer to Fallout 4. So we have like a Fallout game to play a little bit more of before we do Fallout 4. So what I may do, for instance, is wait for the ending and Lonesome Road DLC for like November. And then we can spend the week before November, before Fallout 4 comes out. We can finish New Vegas, we can do map exploration, we can finish the Lonesome Road DLC, and do that kind of stuff. Yeah, by the way, guys, big tip. You can get Mad Max right now, which isn't out yet, for 40% off through Green Man Gaming. So if you're interested in buying Mad Max, good way to pick that up. And by the way, you can buy it through my link, but don't use my code. My code is 25% off. There's a 40% off Mad Max code. If you're interested in that, let me know. Anyway, so I think we got to talk to this brain. What's up, bro?
Well, look who finally dragged themselves in.
My brain is male?
And where have we been? Crawling through bits of radioactive muck again?
Bearlath, yeah, I actually played this War of Mine for like a week or two straight on stream. We did like everything there was to do in that game. It was a lot of fun. Awaken Alex, good to see you, buddy. And thank you. When am I going to play Wasteland 2? Probably in October. They're releasing a big patch for Wasteland 2 in October, so I think we're going to play it in October. I really want to play Wasteland 2, especially after Fallout 1 and 2. Alright, are you... Wait. Why does my brain sound so masculine?
Ah, well, as to that, you'd be surprised how hard a feminine-sounding voice modulator is to find in the Forbidden Zone. It's not as though brain-sustaining life support tanks grow on trees. I had to take what I could get.
I agree, this guy's a Stewie vibe to him. I don't know about Party Hearted Sedan. I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't really looked at it. Pyrodime, when we play Metal Gear Solid, we'll have to look for that voice. Yeah. Hey, Sarah Triptomine. Are you my brain?
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Yes. Why are you such a dick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
Of course you're responsible. You're my brain.
I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those, feelings that motivate you, those urges to hurt people, to take and crush and maim, do you know where they come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are.
Wow, this is amazing so far. I'm liking this. But you're the source of most of those glands, unless you're arguing that my thyroid is to blame.
Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand.
Admit it, you're just as glandular as I am.
Oh, all right. Perhaps I am, but at least I'm logical about it.
Don't you want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back into my head.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety.
Does anyone else like how it bounces up and down whenever he talks?
Rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
But what about all the good things? What about crushing those who oppose you? The smell of fire. Loot.
All motivated by nothing but an imbalance in certain brain chemicals. The tank corrects for that. I feel no urge toward antisocial behavior.
Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking the hormones?
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
So we're at an impasse. You can't feel what I feel, and I can't think the way you think.
Indeed. Quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
I think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't complete if we're separated.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
Improved synergy? So what do you say, Brain? Join me for some more wild adventures?
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
Hey, King Penguin. Why? They promised to put us back together once they did what I wanted.
And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
You're part of me. I know you don't want to let that happen any more than I do.
Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right.
This is so
What's
awesome.
What's the plan?
If the think tank won't hold up their bargain, we'll make them. Let's go.
Right. Look out, think tank.
It just did a little
This
spin.
plane
Did
is
you guys
coming
see
out
that?
of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's AutoDoc can plug them back in, no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Your brain added. Okay, so we don't have our brain in our body, right? Or do we? I don't know. Let's see if we can talk to him again.
Oh, I see you and your brain reached a compromise. How pleasant. I hypothesized after the indignant frequencies my receptors had recepted, such a partnership-based conclusion would be low on the likely scale.
My brain told me the think tank needs to be stopped. Can you help?
If I recall, I had a plan that was working, whatever it was. I don't think it reached fruition. I would recall fruit if it had happened. I wasn't trying to kill them, just keep them out of trouble. What was that plan? Blast. I probably wrote it down on the floor somewhere.
What was the plan you had?
Something ingenious and needlessly complicated, I expect.
Hey, Bruss.
I may have already told you and forgotten it. I forgot I had forgotten pencils until one day I found one. Spent days studying its purpose before my memory circuit kicked in. Felt quite silly.
Any tactics I could use to attack the think tank?
That will be difficult. It would be like fighting 5 scaled-down versions of me that have better depth perception. And they have an arsenal of vivisectors, brainial beams, and a rather nasty ray that can make your atoms do a happy dance. If you can survive those highly improbable odds and ends, then deceasing them is definitely an option. Although, I doubt killing them would do anything except make you feel better. Or let you brag to other humans about your primal violentness.
Anything you can do to stop them that doesn't require violence?
Well, you could try and appeal to their humanity. That's a tired cliche. And really, when they were humans, they weren't very good humans.
I'd like to make the effort.
Well, there's many things they have forgotten, sitting in their bowls. Friendship, the thrill of discovery, love, masturbation, the usual. Much like your brain, I am certain there is something you can spark within each of them. Memories, hormones. A wise man once said, "The eyes do more than see. Make them see, if you can. Or, if not, you can always make them succumb to fear." It certainly worked for me, for a time. Then you came along, and bravery and/or desperation trumped that little idea.
Big Webby Quid Monkey
Back
Slow
to the
Face!
drawing board, I suppose.
Thank you for your resubs,
Or
guys.
is this the end?
Appreciate
Hard
it.
to tell.
Scare them how?
Oh, tell them I'm still alive. We had a nice chat, and we agree on a few things. That's true, isn't it? Or you could kill me and lie about it. Either way, it would be interesting. And if you are partial to lying and deception, well, you could tell them a ludicrous lie.
I think we're gonna do that.
The more over the top, the better. That's my experience. They're more than a little gullible. Better make it convincing, though, or it'll be the dissection table and vivisectors for you. And if you speak of me, please try and make me look good. I am Dr. Mobius,
Hey, ANA case.
after all, not some lab assistant teacher's aide.
All right, let's do it. Let's get out of here. Red Dragon Rob, what's up, buddy? I am supposed to leave in 3 minutes, but we are finishing this DLC first. No fluffs given. This is getting done. I think we're right over here. Do we have to go up here? Yeah. Oh, we already got a Mentat. Yeah. Have you heard any news lately on Camelot Unchained or Crowfall? Yeah, both of them. They're both very much still in production. Crowfall, if you're a backer, they send out information letters all the time, which is pretty awesome. And then Camelot Unchained, I'm in the alpha for that, and they're doing alpha testing all the time in Camelot Unchained. I get emails about it almost weekly. So yeah, both are making progress. Both not near completion, unfortunately, but both making progress. Oh wait, let's go to our here first. I want to see what happens when we put in our original heart and spine. We have really... We have really good perks with what we're using now. And I'm not sure if the perks that we get from getting back our original things are good. Gary. Hey, cool! $60 from Dog Vomit. Thanks for the Mad Max tip. Love your stream. Keep up the great work. 12 months of web sub for myself, and the rest goes to free web subs. Awesome, man. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you. Really appreciate the support, Dog Vomit. You are awesome, and I love your face. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. I was all, oh man, what's going on? And Dog Vomit was all,
Here, have some money.
and I was all, thanks, man. Okay, so let's go back to here. Hopefully we won't crash this time. El Diablo, what's up, man? Good to see you, bud.
Are we being watched?
Heart. Maybe. Maybe. We're in here. Here. All right. Let's do it. Hey, Waldo, you're in North Carolina? Hell yeah, dude. Awesome. This is your original heart. Your new heart seems to be working just fine, however. Thanks to the information imparted on your own brain, oddly enough, you're now able to put your original heart back in place using the Sync's AutoDoc. Okay. So, Silverus, thanks for your 2 months, man. Also, Pelly Plays. Thank you, bud. Let's take a look at our current perk. Is it Heartless? Okay. Healing items function at a higher level, and robots are 50% less likely to score a critical hit. That's really good, especially for the healing item ones. That's stims. So, let's see. Oh wait, the AutoDoc. Whoops.
Did you know you require some additional services?
No, I haven't looked at the new jukebox audio file. Is that a voice modulator? Can you change what the Gary sounds like with that? Unfortunately not.
Gary.
But it's a good idea.
Gary.
A really good one.
Gary.
Okay. And we can't be poisoned. That's right. That too.
All right, listen.
Your heart is back in your body, but some advanced technologies remain. You are less resistant to poison, 50%, and robots are only somewhat confused by you, 25%. But on the bright side, healing items are now twice as effective. Dude. Yes. We will take the heart back. Absolutely, we'll take the heart back. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, save that. And then let's take a look at the other one. Your spine has been replaced with advanced technologies. Your torso can no longer be crippled, and your strength and damage threshold is increased by 1. Strength 1 is really good for us. So,
You require some additional.
whatever this is, it better be damn good if we're actually going to use it. Your spine is back in your body, but some advanced technologies remain. Your torso can now be crippled, but your strength and damage threshold bonuses are doubled. More loot, bros! Awesome. Okay, we will be keeping both those. Both the natural perks are better for us. Yep. So that's really good. That's really good. We'll take both of those. Y'all ready for this? Start play finish says, hey, it's Claptrap! It maybe be. Maybe be. Wergath, what's up, man? How are you today? Edyak, correct. Yep. Alright, you guys ready for this?
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Is Dr. Mobius being
My brain is missing? I don't need a brain.
denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
You may have noticed the pacification field is down. Guess what happens now? Nah. Let's see where this goes.
Fight? I've never been in a fight. What do I... Colleagues! Think tank! Alert! Alert! We are under attack!
Okay, that was amazing. That just launches the fight. Jamwood, what's up, buddy?
The lobotom...
Let's do the first one.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
I'm not handing my brain over. There's some things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
You think I am the lobotomite? No, for my skull houses the brain of Mobius!
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. There's no way Mobius would condescend to step inside you. Besides, there's no way such a thing could be accomplished. It's impossible.
Impossible. Nothing is impossible for science. Mesons, lasers, atoms, brainwaves are all at my command. Science 100.
You speak the truth. And the decibel variation in your voice, it is Mobius. How dare you breach the think tank? And what do you want here?
I offer you a deal. Stay here, stay put, and I'll let you live.
That's no deal at all.
Ulfar Gaming, what's up, bud?
There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities. We could have escaped, seen it all for ourselves, tested it, prodded at it, made it squirm.
Wait. I will permit you to do this for me.
Partner with you? My foe? My rival? My foremost critic? I have a strange sensation that I would like that. How odd. Very well, partner. The think tank is at your service as long as you do not destroy us.
Did we just... Wait, what did we just do? I'm a little confused by this. Do we now own the think tank?
Thank you for what you have done. The helping, that is. We like that. I feel an odd emotion. Platitude? Attitude?
We didn't make them stay here though, right?
Gratitude. That's it.
I'm a little confused by this because, from the sounds of it, we're releasing them into the Mojave. Because they're working for us now. Is that...
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the most powerful minds of the 23rd century. The courier who had been brought to the Big Empty became its new overlord, using its... Sometimes, science is more than a quest for discovery. It is a weapon to be used in the service of one with the strength to understand it.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The Biological Research Station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean.
The toaster continued.
Look at the fire behind it.
Reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. It learned several new murderous techniques from the courier and built a blood shrine to itself in the cuckoo's nest. The cave floor was soon filled with the horror of 100 gutted toasters. A silent, grisly, unplugged audience. Their purpose? To toast bread. Unfulfilled.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except, he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind old Jefferson, with sounds the courier brought him, created a symphonic counter-frequency that saved Big Mountain from sonic invasion in
2910? We're in 2200.
Good.
That's 600 years later.
The other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names once too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Light puns.
AutoDoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The AutoDoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the AutoDoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
Wow.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
Whoa!
The infiltration
like the Mojave?
The X-13 felt spent.
There's cyberdogs there now because of this?
Repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after the stealth suit had left it without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The cybernetic canine gender, female, designation Roxy, sat on her guard post in X8. That is until her I'm in heat programming circumvented her stay routine and she loped into the Mojave. There she ran across Rex, who had been following the courier just as she had. They barked for a while and realized they had a lot in common. The two of them constructed a litter of cyber pups and a small army of Boston Terrifiers that nod and devout. Oh my god, it's amazing!
Continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive.
So it was the good ending.
Of the world outside.
Cool. I was wondering about that.
They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond. Although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier. And if anyone would shape it, well, the courier had already called dibs.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues. It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
The Big Empty lived up to its name. A hollow crater of failures of a past era. A last, sad statement of the old world. In the time following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, Old World Blues became more than a catchphrase.
It became a reality, a withering form of nostalgia for times long past.
It can be easy to see science as evil.
Thanks, Code Mick. Appreciate that, buddy.
Unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, it was all this and more. Old world blues, new world misery. The two became one in the courier's shadow.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
Man, this game is absolutely amazing, dude. I can't, like, there's so few games that can just give you the feeling at the end like these games do. Like, that was some deep stuff right there. That was like a commentary on the future of humanity and how we're progressing as a species. I mean, oh man. God, there's no world better than the Fallout world, man. Seriously. Awesome.
Do you know what that makes you?
They're all cheering. So good. So good. Uh-oh. What's another good one? Oh, this could be good for death claws and stuff. Yeah, we're gonna get Hobbler. Because we do that. If we do VATS, we usually shoot legs. Awesome. Well, my friends, I really hope you enjoyed Old World Blues, because I know I really enjoyed playing it for you guys. Thank you for being here for it. I unfortunately need to go. I have some packing I need to do. I got to get all ready, and then I got to get on a plane and get out to PAX and get everything set up so I can stream for you there too. But anyway, huge thank you for everyone for coming out today. Really do appreciate that. As I've been saying this week, make sure you're following me on Twitter, twitter.com/CohhCarnage. And as a reminder, you don't need to use Twitter to follow. But that's where I'm going to be tweeting out all the times I'm going to be streaming. That's where I'm going to be tweeting out anything cool I see at PAX. If I see any new Fallout 4 stuff, the first place it'll be is Twitter. Yeah, so make sure you're following me at Twitter, twitter.com. Oh, thank you guys. Twitter.com/CohhCarnage. Thank you guys again very much for that. Also, Clarity at 3 AM and Code Mick, thank you guys very much for your subs and resubs. You guys are awesome. But on that note, guys, I am out of here. I hope you have an absolute excellent day, night, or afternoon, wherever you are. I will see you probably between 10 and 1 PST the following 3 days. I am coming back the last day of patch to start Mad Max. So we will be back on Monday. But until then, I wish you all the best and have an absolutely great day. See y'all later. Bye-bye.